Fisk's men have fled through the building. Eliminate them.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 swings onto the PlayStation 5 with even more action and a darker story than before. This time, you get to play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales with new abilities and suits to try out as you web-sling across an expanded New York City.
Is that a Higgs field? That's actually really cool.
The combat is more brutal and fluid with new enemy types and challenges to keep you on your toes. Explore a larger map with new districts and iconic landmarks and face off against classic villains like Venom and Kraven the Hunter. The story dives deeper into the relationship between Peter and Miles as they face their greatest threat yet. While the game can feel familiar at times, and the pacing can be a bit uneven, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is still a thrilling superhero adventure with amazing web-swinging action and a gripping story. It's a must-play for fans of the first game and anyone who loves Spider-Man. When Cyberpunk launched in December 2020, it was a technical disaster, plagued by bugs, crashes, and glitches, leading to Sony removing it from the PlayStation Store. By 2022, the game was patched, but its design and gameplay issues still lingered, leaving me skeptical about its potential. Although the 2.0 update has turned it into a much improved game, Night City is now bursting with life, thanks to denser crowds, enhanced NPC AI, and a more interactive environment that makes it feel like a true futuristic megacity. The revamped police system adds excitement with dynamic chases and a real sense of threat. RPG mechanics have been completely overhauled, offering a more rewarding progression system that allows for diverse character builds. Combat and stealth are now a lot more fun, with smoother, more engaging gameplay. Overall, the game now delivers a far more polished and enjoyable experience.
Goddamn terrorist!
We did it, team!
Attack! Now! Here they go!
Assassin's Creed Odyssey builds on the foundations of Origins, offering a massive RPG experience set in ancient Greece. You play as a Spartan mercenary, choosing between Cassandra or Alexios, with the story focusing more on the past than the modern-day Animus storyline. The game is filled with engaging side quests, environmental variety, and a massive world to explore, including naval combat reminiscent of Black Flag. However, the game can feel overwhelming with its grind and excessive loot, and the combat system, while improved, still has some issues with the parry mechanic. The game's beauty, character designs, and the meaningful impact of choices make it a strong adventure, though its technical performance on consoles, especially the frame rate, leaves room for improvement. If you liked Origins, you'll enjoy this one, though it may not convert new fans of the series. It's a massive action RPG with some flaws, but still impressive.
The only thing sources agree on is his name. The Arkham Knight.
There's a crew of 8.
Batman Arkham Knight builds on its predecessors with a larger, more detailed Gotham City, new Batmobile gameplay, and a deeper exploration of Batman's psyche. The story highlights Batman's history with his allies and villains, though it occasionally delves too much into the supernatural. The addition of the Batmobile, which can turn into a tank, adds variety to the gameplay, although tank combat doesn't always fit Batman's style. The improved brawling and predator mechanics, along with team-up takedowns, keep combat fresh. Side quests featuring classic villains like Two-Face and Penguin offer plenty of variety, making for an epic conclusion to the Arkham series. Despite some flaws, Arkham Knight is an outstanding game that stands out in both size and gameplay depth.
Mark this. He's not just any monkey. He's a monkey of merit.
Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG that dives deep into Chinese mythology, letting you play as the Monkey King with crazy, shape-shifting abilities and powerful magic. The combat is intense and feels really satisfying, especially when you master the dodges and counters. I was really impressed by how smooth the animations are, making every move feel impactful. Visually, the game looks stunning with its detailed environments and fluid animations, which make every fight feel epic. But some of the enemy encounters can feel a bit repetitive after a while. Still, the storytelling and unique setting keep you hooked. If you love challenging action RPGs, this one is definitely worth checking out.
People just so avoided their crossing the gap. Extend the search.
A Plague Tale Requiem is a thrilling follow-up to its predecessor, elevating everything that made the first game special. Set in the 14th century France during the Hundred Years' War, you control Amicia, who must protect her brother Hugo from a world full of danger, including massive rat swarms. The game intensifies the grim and emotional tone of the first, with heightened stealth mechanics and a deeply depressing story. While the gameplay remains familiar, new elements like NPC allies with unique abilities bring fresh strategies to stealth sections. The rats, now a terrifying force of nature, create unforgettable, heart-pounding moments. Although the puzzles and stealth sections don't always challenge, the combination of rats, soldiers, and puzzle-solving offers some of the most engaging moments. The game's stunning visuals, memorable characters, and immersive world make it a must-play, despite not being as ambitious as it could have been in its gameplay evolution. Overall, A Plague Tale Requiem is a gripping, emotional journey worth experiencing.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Dead Island 2 is a hilarious, gore-filled sequel that doesn't take itself seriously, and that's part of its charm. Set in a stunningly detailed and absurd version of LA, the game boasts ridiculously good graphics that make its blood-soaked melee combat and apocalyptic setting pop. You'll hack, slash, and drop-kick your way through zombie hordes as one of 6 playable characters. The story feels like a cheesy B-movie with sarcastic writing, colorful characters, and over-the-top quests, like slaying zombies for a clout-chasing influencer or fighting bee-infested undead. While combat starts strong with modded melee weapons and superhuman abilities, its repetitive nature and lackluster guns fall short. Multiplayer adds much-needed fun, though technical bugs and an unpolished feel detract from the experience. Dead Island 2 may not reinvent the zombie genre, but its humor, irreverent tone, gorgeous visuals, and co-op chaos make it worth a bloody good time. Dishonored 2 is a stealth action game where you get to play as either Emily or Corvo, who have really cool supernatural powers that let you sneak around and take down your enemies in tons of different ways, like you can teleport around the map, possess people, or even summon swarms of rats to do your dirty work. And the levels are these awesome, intricate environments that give you a lot of freedom to explore and experiment with your powers. The story is full of twists and turns, and the world is super immersive with a unique art style that makes it feel like a painting come to life. Plus, you can choose to play the game like a ghost, leaving no trace, or go in guns blazing and cause total chaos, which adds a lot of replay value because you can try different approaches each time. Now, the AI can be a bit wonky at times, and sometimes it feels like you get spotted when you shouldn't, and the story, while interesting, isn't quite as gripping as the first game. But overall, Dishonored 2 is a fantastic stealth action game with awesome powers, a cool world, and plenty of choices that make it a blast to play.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me.
God of War brings a fresh take on the series, shifting from the old hack-and-slash style to a more emotional and methodical journey. Kratos, now a grieving father, must guide his son Atreus through a world filled with gods and mythical creatures. The story is deeply personal, focusing on the relationship between father and son, And it's this emotional depth that sets the game apart. Visually, the game is breathtaking. Every environment is beautifully crafted with sharp textures, dynamic lighting, and intricate details that make the world feel alive. The combat is equally impressive, offering satisfying complex moves and brutal executions. The weapons and abilities feel weighty, adding depth to every fight, and the fluidity of combat keeps you coming back for more. Exploration rewards curiosity with hidden treasures, puzzles, and upgrades that enhance both your character and the world around you. It's not an overwhelming open world, but just enough to make exploration feel worthwhile. The pacing is well balanced, with intense action sequences mixed with quiet, emotional moments that ground the story. Though some bosses and animations can feel repetitive, they're minor drawbacks in an otherwise flawless experience. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, God of War is a must-play. It's an unforgettable journey full of heart, stunning visuals, and thrilling combat, making it an experience worth revisiting.
Who are you hiding? Slow and old. You should never have come to Midgard.
If you're enjoying the video and want to support a growing channel, then please do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Days Gone is a unique and thrilling zombie survival game that you should definitely check out. Its standout feature? The freaker hordes, or zombies, as most of us call them. Unlike typical games, these hordes don't just mindlessly charge at you, they surround and overwhelm you like a living, breathing wave of terror. If you've ever dreamed of facing zombies like in World War Z, this game delivers big time. Fighting them is intense, strategic, and terrifying, especially when you're low on stamina or far from your bike. Beyond the hordes, Days Gone nails the survival element. You're constantly scavenging for supplies, managing your bike's fuel, and staying alert to ambushes and wild animals. The world feels alive and deadly. While the story isn't the strongest aspect, the gameplay more than makes up for it. Plus, the Freaker's biology is uniquely fascinating, rivaling even The Last of Us in creativity. With weapons customization, bike upgrades, and post-story challenge modes, there's plenty to keep you hooked. If you love a gritty, survival-focused zombie game with depth and intensity, Days Gone is absolutely worth your time. Banishers: Ghost of New Eden is an action-adventure game that follows two ghost hunters who fight spirits while dealing with a tragic love story, and it creates a really emotional and immersive experience. The narrative is deep and gripping, with tough choices that actually impact the story, making you feel invested in the characters. The combat is fast-paced and fun, but it can get a bit repetitive after a while. The atmosphere and visuals are stunning, really bringing the eerie world to life. If you like story-driven games with emotional twists, it's definitely worth checking out. Dying Light 2: Stay Human is a thrilling zombie action game with an expansive open world and smooth, top-tier parkour movement. The game lets you leap between rooftops, scale skyscrapers, and use a grappling hook with ease, creating an exhilarating experience. The story features a cast of memorable characters including Rosario Dawson's Lawan and the charming Frank and Hakan, each bringing dramatic moments to the game. Combat is exciting, with options to creatively take down enemies using dropkicks, explosive gas tanks, and Molotov cocktails. The co-op mode allows up to 4 players to explore the city together, enhancing the fun with shared progress and XP. With its dynamic world and action-packed gameplay, Dying Light 2 delivers an unforgettable post-apocalyptic adventure. Ghost of Tsushima is a visually stunning open-world action game set in feudal Japan where you play as Jin Sakai, a samurai caught between tradition and the need to fight Mongol invaders. The game features an exceptional blade combat system, blending elements from Batman Arkham, Assassin's Creed, and classic samurai films. Combat is fast, tactical, and rewarding, with a focus on improving skills rather than grinding for stats. While stealth mechanics are basic and enemy AI can be lacking, the game shines in other areas, especially with its intense cinematic combat sequences. The open world is breathtaking with subtle guidance to exploration and memorable side quests that range from simple tasks to deep character stories. Mythic tales are particularly epic, offering some of the best moments in the game. The photo mode stands out as one of the best, letting you capture the beauty of the world with creative touches like animated environments and particle effects. While Ghost of Tsushima does have some polish issues, especially with stealth, its engaging combat-rich narrative and beautiful world make it an extraordinary samurai adventure. With its emotional storytelling and innovative gameplay systems, it's a must-play for action fans. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not only a visual triumph, but also a masterclass in storytelling. From the moment you step into its world, you're greeted by a level of detail that's simply breathtaking. The landscapes are stunning, whether you're riding through vast plains, dense forests, or across snow-capped mountains. Every scene feels meticulously crafted. The dynamic lighting, weather effects, and realistic animations make the world feel alive. And the character models are incredibly lifelike, from the way Arthur Morgan moves to the subtle gestures and expressions that add depth to every interaction. But it's not just about looks. The story, driven by the complex character of Arthur Morgan, is what truly makes the game special. As a member of Dutch's gang, Arthur is a morally complex character who struggles with his past, his choices, and his loyalty to his gang. His journey is raw and emotional, filled with moments of reflection that resonate deeply with players. The way the story unfolds is as immersive as the world around you, with Arthur's development reflecting the themes of redemption, survival, and the slow decline of the Wild West. The game's visual beauty complements this emotional depth, creating a truly unforgettable experience where every moment feels impactful, both in terms of gameplay and narrative.
As long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy. The place is coming down!
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a big adventure game where you play as Indiana Jones, exploring cool places and finding ancient secrets. It's like being in your own indie movie. You get to use his whip, solve puzzles, and fight bad guys, which is really fun. The whip mechanics are surprisingly versatile, letting you swing, grapple, and even disarm enemies in creative ways. Sometimes, though, the puzzles can be a bit tricky, and some parts of the game feel a bit slow. But honestly, the feeling of exploring ancient ruins and finding hidden treasures is really exciting. Plus, the way the game captures the feel of the movies is really well done.
Damn vacuum. Come on, we have to find Rose before she leaves.
It Takes Two is a unique co-op adventure, playable only with a friend. You'll journey as a couple, turned into dolls, solving puzzles and overcoming challenges in a magical world. The gameplay is constantly changing with exciting new mechanics around every corner. Experience thrilling moments like riding toy airplanes and battling giant squirrels in a vacuum cleaner. It Takes Two is creative and funny with a heartwarming story about love and relationships. While requiring 2 players and good communication, It Takes Two is an unforgettable co-op experience. This game is a must-play for anyone looking for a fun and unique adventure to share with a friend. The Last of Us is a masterclass in storytelling and gameplay, redefining what video games can achieve as a narrative medium. Set in a post-apocalyptic world teeming with danger, the game immerses players in a harrowing journey that blends brutal survival mechanics with a deeply emotional story. At its core, the game tells the story of Joel and Ellie, an unlikely pair thrust together by circumstances and bonded by survival. The progression of their relationship, set against a bleak and terrifying backdrop, is the emotional heart of the experience. Whether navigating eerie sewers, braving snowy landscapes, or surviving in overrun suburbs, the journey is as much about their evolving bond as it is about the threats they face. The gameplay is equally impressive. Every encounter feels raw and desperate, whether you're conserving scarce ammo, crafting tools, or resorting to brutal melee combat. The game forces you to adapt to its unforgiving world. The tension is heightened in moments like sneaking past clickers or making split-second decisions to survive encounters with humans and infected alike. This balance between stealth and all-out combat ensures that no two scenarios feel the same. Ultimately, The Last of Us isn't just about surviving a brutal world. It's about the humanity that endures within it. From its gripping gameplay to its unforgettable characters, it's no wonder the game remains a standout in the minds of players even a decade later. This is a journey that sticks with you long after the credits roll.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose?
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is a challenging but rewarding action-adventure game from the creators of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. You play as a shinobi called Wolf, who is on a quest for revenge in a beautiful and mythical version of ancient Japan. Get ready for intense sword fights where you need to be fast and precise to deflect attacks and find the perfect moment to strike. The game has a unique grappling hook that lets you zip around the world and explore its secrets. You'll need to learn new skills and find powerful tools to defeat tough enemies and bosses. Sekiro is a tough game, but it's also fair, and overcoming its challenges is incredibly satisfying. If you like action games and aren't afraid of a little difficulty, then this game is a must-play. Stellar Blade is an action RPG set in a futuristic world, and it's all about fast-paced combat and exploring beautifully designed environments. The visuals are absolutely stunning, and the combat feels smooth and satisfying, especially with all the cool moves and combos you can pull off. I really enjoyed the boss fights, which were challenging but not unfair, and they kept me on my toes. However, the story felt a bit shallow, and I didn't connect much with the characters, which was a little disappointing. Still, if you love action games with great visuals and fluid combat, it's definitely worth checking out. It's one of those games that's just fun to play, even if the story isn't the strongest.
Sam, get in the goddamn car! I'm faster! Stop arguing! Watch out!
Uncharted 4 delivers a spectacular and heartfelt conclusion to Nathan Drake's story, blending high-stakes action with a deeply emotional narrative. It's more than just another adventure, it's a journey of brotherhood, legacy, and self-discovery that fans of the series won't want to miss. The story reintroduces us to Nathan, now retired, as he's pulled back into treasure hunting by his long-lost brother Sam. Their quest for the lost pirate colony of Libertalia is not just about riches. It's about redemption, loyalty, and confronting the ghosts of the past. The dynamic between the brothers drives much of the emotional weight, creating a relatable and human tale. While the game stays true to its action-packed roots, it also explores quieter, introspective moments, allowing characters to evolve. Flashbacks to Nathan and Sam's childhood add depth, and the tension between Nathan's adventurous past and his commitment to a peaceful life with Elena feels authentic and compelling. Uncharted 4 isn't just storytelling. It's visually stunning with breathtaking environments and meticulous detail. The gameplay masterfully combines exploration, combat, and puzzles, keeping the experience engaging and immersive. Whether you're drawn to its thrilling action, its gorgeous visuals, or its rich character development, Uncharted 4 is a must-play. Nathan Drake's final adventure leaves a lasting impression, wrapping up the series in the most satisfying way possible.